So in this video we are going to deal with the pituitary gland. So in the last video we have discussed what is chemical coordination and integration and what hormones and what endocrine glands present in our human endocrine system. So first we are going to deal with pituitary gland. So in this video we are going to deal with the pituitary gland, which is a major part, and the speciality of this pituitary gland, it is the smallest endocrine gland. So the smallest endocrine gland is the pituitary gland. So out of all the endocrine glands, pituitary gland is the smallest one. So its location is in a bony cavity called sella turcica. So its location is in sella turcica, that is a bony cavity. So this is the location of it. So the pituitary gland is divided. So the pituitary gland secretes some hormones. So these hormones maintains adrenal cortex gonads to maintain their processes. So the major division of this pituitary gland is anterior pituitary and posterior pituitary. So the anterior pituitary we call it as adenohypophysis, and the posterior pituitary is called as neurohypophysis. It is called as adenohypophysis and it is called as neurohypophysis. So first we will deal with adenohypophysis. So from this we can understand this adenohypophysis, we know it is the anterior part of pituitary. So we call the anterior part of pituitary is as adenohypophysis. So this adenohypophysis develops in the form of Rutgers pouch. So this develops as in a form of embryo that is called as Rutgers pouch. So we call it as Rutgers pouch. Whereas the adenohypophysis consists of different things, that is pars tuberalis, pars distalis and pars intermedia. So I am not writing it in full form. So the things are pars tuberalis and pars distalis and pars intermedia. So in the book it has been detailedly explained about pars distalis and pars intermedia. So we will discuss about these two first. So this pars distalis and pars intermedia are almost fused together. So they lie fused to each other. So first we will discuss about pars distalis. These secrete some hormones. That is pars intermedia, this secretes a lot of hormones. That is prolactin, thyroid stimulating hormone, growth hormone, FSH, follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone, and finally adenocorticotropic hormone. So it secretes totally 6 hormones: prolactin, thyroid stimulating hormone, growth hormone, follicle stimulating hormone, luteinizing hormone and adrenocorticotropic hormone. Whereas these two, that is the follicle stimulating and the luteinizing hormone, together we call it as gonadotrophics. That is because the target organs of these two hormones are gonads. So these two hormones acts on gonads, that is we know testes in males and ovaries in females, the two hormones. So these two hormones target organ is gonads, so they are called as gonadotrophin hormones. So first we will go with growth hormone. That is GH. So this growth hormone may secrete excess, that is if the secretion is if it causes hypersecretion, it causes one disease. If it causes hyposecretion, so if the growth hormone is secreted in a higher level, it leads to gigantism. Whereas if this growth hormone secretes in a lower level, it causes dwarfism. Here, first when we take gigantism, the body proportion, that is, the body proportion will be as very normal, but the limbs, that is, the legs would go very large and they become very tall if it is in gigantism. So if it is in if the secretion is hypo, that is, if the secretion is less, then it causes dwarfism. Dwarfism is that the body proportion gives a childlike appearance. That is, they do not grow after certain inches or certain period of time. They do not grow, but their facials change to a mature person, but their height do not change. So they remain short, and here they remain very tall, but their body proportion will be very normal. So here in adults, if this hypersecretion is caused in adults, we call it as acromegaly. So this acromegaly has to be cured at a very short time, so that this acromegaly, if we leave this secretion of growth hormones without unnoticed, it may cause even death. It may cause premature death. So that this has to be very noticed. But this growth hormone can be, when it shows the outward expressions or appearances, when it shows the effects on our own body, only then it is identified the mistake. So otherwise it is very tough to identify growth hormones secretion rates. So the next we will deal with prolactin. So from the word lactin, we can understand that this is it is also called as maternity hormone. So maternity hormone is actually this which develops the mammary glands. So this maternity hormones develops the mammary glands. So at the time of that is a time of birth, and after the childbirth, these mammary glands, this prolactin hormone secretes out to develop. That is, this maternity hormone secretes and develops the mammary glands in order for the further instigation to be given to the child by the mom. So these mammary glands are developed by this prolactin, which are secreted, which are also called as maternity hormones. The next is thyroid stimulating hormone, that is TSH. So it has only one particular job, that is it regulates the synthesis and secretion of two hormones, that is thyroxine and T3, that is triiodothyronine. So the synthesis and secretion of these two hormones these two substances are maintained by the thyroid stimulating hormone. The next is adrenocorticotropic hormone, that is ACTH. So this is from the very name adrenocortico, we can understand this. It stimulates the secretion and activities of the corticoids, that is glucocorticoids and sex corticoids are maintained by this adrenocorticotropic hormone. So this hormone is together called as steroid hormones. So this corticoids are called as, this is also called as steroid hormones. So this is about prolactin, thyroid stimulating and ACTH and GH. So now we are going to deal with gonadotrophin. That is gonadotrophins. We know what gonadotrophins are: FSH and LH. So these two hormones vary at two different. So this is for males it go for separate, and for females it go for separate. That is, for females it has a particular function, and for males it has a separate function. So for females the ovarian follicles, so the Graafian follicles, the ovulation of these Graafian follicles are stimulated by this. Whereas this leads to the formation of corpus luteum. So the formation of corpus luteum is stimulated by this, and the ovulation of Graafian follicles are also maintained by this. So this corpus luteum is where the secretion of progesterone takes place. progesterone secretes here due to the formation. So the secretion of progesterone and the formation of corpus luteum, that is the progesterone by corpus luteum, and the formation of this corpus luteum is maintained by the LH in females. So when this LH in females undergoes secrete in less level, it leads to sterility. So that four different processes. The first one is ovulation of Graafian follicles is stimulated by this, and the formation of corpus luteum. So further the secretion of progesterone also takes place here, and hyposecretion of this hormone leads to sterility. So the next is for males. So in this we call it as interstitial cell stimulating hormone in males. So in males it is called as interstitial cell stimulating hormones. So these stimulates the secretion of Leydig cells. So this stimulates the Leydig cells to secrete the androgen hormones. So these secretes the androgen hormones, whereas this in female secretes the progesterone. Here it stimulates the Leydig cells to secrete androgen hormones. So this is for males. And the next is FSH, that is the follicle stimulating hormone. So this follicle stimulating hormone also has different things, that is for males, and then it has a separate thing for female. So for male, So for males it takes place as spermatogenesis, whereas in females the ovarian follicles, the formation of ovules takes place. So this stimulates spermatogenesis and this stimulates the ovarian follicle. So this what the hormones, complete hormones of the pituitary gland secretes, that is anterior pituitary, that is adenohypophysis. We know pars tuberalis, pars distalis and pars intermedia, whereas the pars distalis and pars intermedia are fused together, and the secretions of pars distalis hormones are prolactin, thyroid stimulating hormone, growth hormone, FSH and LH, which are together called as gonadotrophins, and adrenocorticotrophic hormone. Now it is pars intermedia of adenohypophysis. So this pars intermedia, from this very name we can understand that it is at the intermediate lobe and it secretes only one hormone, it is melanocyte stimulating hormone. So it stimulates the secretion of melanocytes. So the melanocyte stimulating hormone is located in pars intermedia, and this much is for adenohypophysis, that is the anterior pituitary. When we take the posterior pituitary, that is neurohypophysis. So according to this neurohypophysis, it secretes two hormones, that is vasopressin and oxytocin. So this vasopressin and oxytocin are two hormones actually synthesized in the hypothalamus. So this secretion, these two hormones are actually synthesized in hypothalamus, and it is passed on to the posterior pituitary axonally. So in the previous video we already discussed that the hypothalamus and the posterior pituitary has a connection, that has a direct neural coordination connection. So this are passed on axonally from the hypothalamus. These two hormones are passed axonally from the hypothalamus to the posterior pituitary. This is all for posterior pituitary gland, and thank you.